Hare Krishna, I'm sharing my screen and uh, trying to speak. Am I audible?
Yes, Prabhuji, you are. Hare Krishna, Danur Pranam, all glories to Shri Prabhu. We see your screen, we hear you also.
Thank you. So we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 3rd canto, 19th chapter, verse number 16. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Mudire Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavat Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Nashtaki Shrunatam Sakatha Krishna Punya Shamana Kirtana Hridayantasto Bhadrani Vidunoti Shutshutam. Tene tam ahata chatara Bhagavan Adishukara Nakam Patmanakvapi Shajahat Eva Dvipaha. Tene tam ahata chatara Bhagavan Adishukara Nakam Patmanakvapi Shajahat Eva Dvipaha. Tene tam ahata chatara Bhagavan Adishukara Nakam Patmanakvapi Shajahat Eva Dvipaha. Tene by Hiranyaksh. Itam thus. Ahata struck. Chata O Vidura. Bhagavan the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Adishukara the firstborn. Na akampat did not feel quaking. Manak even slightly. Qua api anywhere. Fraja by a garland of flowers. Hata struck Eve as Dipa an elephant. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hit in this manner by the demon, O Vidura, the Lord who had appeared as the firstborn did not feel the least quaking in any part of his body, any more than an elephant would when struck with a wreath of flowers. Purport. As previously explained, the demon was originally a servitor of the Lord in Vaikuntha. But somehow or the other, he fell as a demon. His fight with the Supreme Lord was meant for his liberation. The Lord enjoyed the striking on his transcendental body, just like a fully grown up father fighting with his child. Sometimes a father takes pleasure in having a mock fight with his small child. And similarly, the Lord felt Hiranyak's striking on his body to be like flowers offered for worship. In other words, the Lord desired to fight in order to enjoy his transcendental bliss. Therefore, he enjoyed the attack. We'll do the Mangala Charan. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. Namam Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Nitinamine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gaurvani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschat Desha Tarine Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Jutapadakamlam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsya Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamsya He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Shri Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Pancha Kalpa Tarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyev cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. First of all, please accept my humble obeisances to all the assembled Vaishnavas. I specifically bow down to Guest Madhupati Prabhu for engaging me in this seva so that I can do some Shastra reading and try to purify my heart. We are at this wonderful pastime of fight between Lord Vara and Hiranyaksh. And it's beautifully here being described by various verses that how the fight was actually happening. Wonderful screenplay. Can towards the end of this chapter, then Shrutifal is also mentioned. We'll try to go over that and then see how wonderful it is to just nothing much but just hearing these pastimes, what kind of benefit it gives. So this all in the context of this, we all know that Lord Brahma is praying to Lord Varahadev. So he's that's the 19th chapter, beginning that Lord Varahadev has accepted with a smile his prayers. Okay. Before that, what did Lord Brahma say to Varahadev? So he's saying that this demon Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu both, they were actually they received a boon from Lord Brahma himself. No, Asmat Radha Varoshura. No. So this boon is actually given by me. No? So the way Lord Brahma is saying that I am the cause of this problem, and we see that in our Vedas so many times demigods give some or the other boon, and then situation goes out of control, and then they approach Supreme Personality of Godhead, Bhagwan, to rectify or to bring the situation under control. Something similar happened with Lord Shiva when there was a Asura, and then he prayed to Lord Shiva, and Bholenath, his name is Ashutosh, he becomes, very easily pleased. So he became pleased. And then this Asura asked that, okay, give me the boon that on whoever's head I keep my hand, that person, immediately turns into ashes. He is immediately burned and turns into ashes. Bhasma. Now, uh, Lord, Lord Shiva says, "Okay, tathastu, eomastu," and then, uh, he says that, "Okay, now I want to try. What you have given me the boon. Does it really work or not? Let me try it on your head first." And then Lord Shiva approaches Lord Vishnu, and then Lord Vishnu actually comes into the Moni form, uh, enchants this Asura, and then while dancing, he's try to imitate, and then he puts hand on his own head. And that's how the situation comes in control. Similarly, here, Lord Brahma has given boon, and now this demon, the uh, twin brothers demon Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu, they are causing trouble to Lord Brahma himself, including all the demigods and all the uh, brahmanas and people in general. Bhutanam, that's the word Lord Brahma has used. So after this, um, Lord Brahma then gives some instructions to Lord Varahadev. So in verse number 24 of the previous chapter, what does he say? He says that, uh, you know, Akrida Balavad Deva. Please do not play like a kid with this Balavad. Please do not play like a kid, a small boy with this serpent. Please kill him, because be mindful that when the Swam Velam, the evening will approach, this demon's powers will multiply, manifold, and he will become invincible. Okay, so that is the instruction and the request Lord Brahma is giving. Now, Supreme Personality of Godhead, he's called Kalahukar Kala. He's the death of the death, and then he is the time so now, how can a muhurta or a time actually cause trouble to Lord um, Varahadev? That's why, in the very first verse of this 19th chapter, Lord smiles and then accepts. And then Acharya has explained that, this instruction that Balavad, please do not play like a child with this serpent. Prabhupada actually explains that why this, there are so many, Upama Alankars used, for example, this Balavad, then even in the current verse, we see that, uh, little deviation, but even in current verse, we see that the Upama being used is that the club which was hurled on the Lord Varahadev, it felt just as if an elephant is struck with a garland of flower. That there was na kampat manak kwapi. There's not even a slight. Manak means not even a slight. Right? Na kampat means quaking or the movement or the shaking. Nothing happened. As if an elephant was stuck with the garland of flower. Will elephant feel anything? No, elephant will not feel anything. So beautiful, different upamas are being used for devotees to relish this pastime. Similarly, when trident, later in the verses, when the trident of the Hiranyaksh will be shattered by Sudarshana Chakra, the upama being given is that, it was just like, Garuda gave up one of his wings to the thunderbolt, just to uh, keep the respect of the thunderbolt. So similarly, the Sudarshana Chakra actually uh, smash the trident of the Hiranyaksha. So now the word which is being used is nirvyalikam in the very first verse of this. That's where we were. That the when Lord Brahma is actually praying to Varadev, uh, he's when he's telling these details about and then informing Lord about the time, uh, he is the word is used nirvyalikam. Nirvyalikam mritam. What does that mean is that without any ulterior intentions. It was not that Lord Brahma was uh, taking up a superior position and instructing Lord Varahadev that, please kill him before. And that's why in the verse, what does Lord Varahadev does? He prahasya prema garvena. He is actually accepting it with a slight smile. Uh, Such a wonderful scene that he's saying, okay, and then there's a slight smile as well, just like when a child is instructed that please do not do something, the child will smile and then try to do that same thing. Similarly here, Lord Varadev, he's in a playful mood, and that's why he smiles at the prayers and the instructions of Lord Brahma, and then he will actually, as we'll move forward in the chapter, we'll see that just when that Swam Velam, that evening will approach, that's when Lord Varadev will kill the Hiranya. Um, so now in this particular scene, what has happened is that the Lord struck the demon. He hurled his club um, so with so much intensity, so much force that the Lord Varadev's weapon, his club fell from his hand. And here, in the purports, Prabhupada is explaining that this falling of the weapon from Lord Varadev was different than the weapon which fell from Lord Krishna's hand when he was fighting with Salva. So that story of Salva is that when Krishna killed Shishupal, at that time, this Salva, demon Salva, was the friend of Shishupal, and then he realized that Krishna is not at Dwarakapuri. So let me go and then try to attack Dwarakapuri and do as much destruction as I can. Okay. So at that time, he actually attacked Dwarakapuri, and when Lord came to know, he immediately reached there, and then through his Maya, he actually created a situation where Devaki is approaching Lord Krishna that Vasudeva has been killed, or something like that. So at that hearing that news, all the weapons fell down from Krishna's hand. But that was this was different because here Krishna knows that Lord Varadev has complete understanding of that Hiranyaksha is my devotee. He is actually remembering that in the verse 3.19.4. Manyam as tad dharmam. Uh, when the club fell from Lord Varadev's hand, um, Hiranyaksh is waiting for him to uh, pick up the club. He's not, because he became, without weapon. So he's actually withholding the dharma and doesn't want to hit a person unarmed. Okay? So that's the time Lord recognizes his devotee. Okay? So, and then just at that instant, um, you know, uh, Lord Varadev is remembering his Sudarshana Chakra. And then when he remembers the Sudarshan Chakra, he does not have to invoke it. And then Sudarshan Chakra immediately appears. As Hema Jagannath Prabhu was explaining yesterday, that it's Sudarshan Chakra is a personality. It's always in the mood of service. Another name of it is Sunabham. So just when Varadev just remembers the Sudarshan Chakra, it approaches, and the word being used is Vyagra. Vyagra means, with a lot of rush and uh, thinking that, oh, my Lord has remembered me. How am I not there? That's the mood of, that's the service mood in which Sudarshan Chakra is the Supreme Personality of God. Okay? And then after that, Varadev, just with his so when Hiranyaksh is trying to withhold the dharma and then is not attacking on Lord Varadev, it's actually to increase the anger of Lord Varadev. Because he's a adharmi person by nature. He's trying to capture the wealth, the things which do not belong to him. The earth. In fact, the upama being used is that Varadev and Hiranyaksh are fighting as if two bulls are fighting for a cow. Okay. So this withholding of the dharma by Hiranyaksh is actually um, um, increasing the anger of Lord Varaha. And then in the reciprocation, when um, um, when he actually attacks next time with the club, Lord doesn't move, and then he just with his left foot he actually puts the club on the he on the side. It and then that makes Hiranyaksh angry, and then he tries to bring out his another weapon. It's a trident, and then uh, he's trying to attack Lord with that trident. And then when Sudarshana Chakra sees this, that's when Sudarshana Chakra shatters into pieces this trident. And this is where the upma used is that just like the wing, one of the wing was given up by Garuda when he saw that Indradev has attacked him is with his Vajra, the thunderbolt. He gave up his wing. The story is that Garuda was actually trying to take some nectar for his mother. And when Indradev saw this, he didn't like it. And then he attacked him, Garuda with thunderbolt. Now, Garuda has all the power to counter attack or to not get any harm from Vajra, thunderbolt weapon of Indra. But we see that time and again devotees are of the mood that um, they actually respect and uh, let the norm be as is, you know, or they respect the situation. For example, even in Ramayana, we hear that Indrajit, when he uh, actually shot Brahmastra to Hanumanji, Hanumanji had all the power actually to negate the effects of Brahmastra. You know, ब्रह्म अस्त्र ते ही साधा कपि मन कीन विचार जौन ब्रह्म सरमान हूँ महिमा मिटहि अपार. So Lord Hanumanji is actually thinking that if I don't respect this Brahmastra, then the Mahima mitahi apar. There'll be a big disrespect, and that's why he actually comes under. He gets subdued by this Brahmastra. So similarly here, even in this, the root of all this pastime of Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu, when four Kumaras actually cursed Jay and Vijay to go to the lower planetary systems and be averse to Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna actually tells that I have the full power to negate the curses by these Brahmanas, but this is my will as well. So please go ahead. You will, you will be liberated by me. In all your three births, I'll come personally to kill you. So he is actually here in this pastime fulfilling his promise. And then at the end, after all this pastime, and then evening approaches, and then demon Hiranyak's power increases, and he actually shows different types of mayas, and then different types of rains start happening, and at the end, but all that is dissipated by Sudarshan Chakra, and then ultimately, all frustrated, Hiranyaksh thinks that I will actually hold Lord in my arms and then crush him, but Lord cannot actually be captured by an ordinary person, let alone a demon. So that's why he sees that Lord is actually beyond his grab, and that's when Lord actually slaps him and uh, kills him just by a single slap. So think about all these different shows which was happening, and then at the end, all it took was a slap from Lord to kill Hiranyaksh. And then we want to hear the Shruti Fal, which is share. It's a wonderful, wonderful Shruti Fal of this story, which is given at the as part of the last verse purport. Prabhupada is explaining that devotee, so the Shrutifal is given, this most sacred narrative confers extraordinary merit, wealth, fame, longevity, and all the objects of one's desire. On the field of battle, it promotes the strength of one's vital organs and organs of action. One who listens to it at the last moment of his life is transferred to the supreme abode of Lord. Oh dear Shaunaka. So this is the Shruti Fal being given, and Prabhupada explains very nicely. Devotees are generally attracted by the narratives of the pastime of the Lord And even though they do not prosecute austerities or meditation, this very process of hearing attentively about the pastimes of the Lord will endow them with innumerable benefits such as wealth, fame, longevity, and other desirable aims of life. If one continues to hear Srimad Bhagavatam, which is full of narratives of pastimes of the Lord, at the end of this life, one is sure to be transferred to the eternal transcendental abode of the Lord. Thus, hearers are benefited both ultimately and for as long as they are in the material world. That is the supreme sublime result of engaging in devotional service. The beginning of devotional service is to spare some time and listen to Srimad Bhagavatam from the right source. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also recommended 5 items of devotional service, namely to serve the devotees of the Lord, to chant Hare Krishna, to hear Srimad Bhagavatam, to worship the deity of the Lord, and to live in the place of pilgrimage. Just performing these 5 activities can deliver one from the miserable conditions of material life. So, this is the Shruti Fal, such a wonderful pastime of Lord Vara. And that's the main purpose of these different avatars. Krishna doesn't have to take birth to kill these demons. The Bhagavad Gita says, "Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyutanam adharmasya tadatmanam shrajam." I take birth, but the main purpose is to give the pleasure to devotees. That's the main purpose of the incarnation of Supreme Personality of Godhead. So wonderful pastime going on. And, I would like to stop here. Sorry, went a few minutes over. Over to Krishna Manan Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Krishna Manan Prabhu, are you there? If not, then Semishwar Prabhu, over to you. We want to conclude.
Thank you, Guruji. Thank you for such a beautiful enlivening class. Very nice. Especially the Balasruti. Thank you so much. So, thank you. And let us conclude today's session, chanting the holy name 3 times. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Shri Narasimha, Jai Narasimha, Jai Praladesha, Jai Patma, Magapatma Bhringam, Ugram Viryam, Mahavisham, Anam Sarvabhaumatam, Narasimham Vishanam Bhadram, Mrityum Namami, Narasimhadev Bhagavan Ki Jai. Let us pay our obeisance, humble obeisance to all the assembled Vaishnava devotees of the Lord. Praying. Vancha kalpatarupasya Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha Nanda Kodi Vaishnav Vrinda ki jai Nanda Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai Srila Prabhupada ki jai Premanand.
Hari Bo.
Just a reminder, this Saturday is Ekadashi. Please observe. Also, we will be having the Gita Jayanti celebrations on Sunday with Yagya and Sangalpa, and also everybody please let everybody else know so that everybody can participate. Thank you and have a wonderful Krishna conscious day. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, everybody. Hari Bo. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, everybody.
Thank you, everyone.